Welcome to the woods. Birds are kicking off, nearly tea time. It's quite a nice day here today, and I sit here on a day like this and I have to wonder what on earth is going on. Really, for the last 3 years, longer, one thing after another. It would seem all deliberate to ensure fear, confusion, division. And there's not a lot we can do to impact or change the direction that things are going in. But we can prepare. We can get ready for what might happen. And I've seen a lot of people say that what's happening at the moment in the Middle East is none of our business. And they're right. 100% right. A war between Jews in Israel, Muslims in Gaza, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. What business is that of mine? It's happening thousands and thousands of miles away. And yet both of those groups have ensured that it is my problem, that it does affect me, or that it could affect me. See, the UK has more Muslims living here now than live in the Lebanon. Our government over the last few years has let in millions of migrants. Every day, boatloads of illegal migrants wash up on our shore. We house them, strategically placed throughout the whole country, at the cost of £8 million a day. And that causes division. When people can barely afford their gas bill, electric bill and food bill, to see our government spending £8 million a day housing people that shouldn't be here in the first place, that can get people's backs up. Understandably. But the boats are small potatoes compared to what comes in through the front door, the legal migration of nearly 1 million people in a year. The whole demographic of the United Kingdom has changed. And these new arrivals have no allegiance to this land or these populations they find themselves living with. They bring with them their old hatreds, their customs, their culture. They retain it, Our Prime Minister has pledged support for Israel in the current conflict. Muslims living in this country are not happy. Historically, we should understand what happens when you have radicalized cultures living within your country that aren't happy. We've seen our fair share of terrorism. We've had people butchered on the streets. We've had concerts blown up. We've had children killed. And not necessarily just terrorism. Their culture dictates how they live and their actions. We've had thousands of young girls raped, trafficked. Our capital is rife with crime. Stabbings being a principal pastime. And this war will bring those hatreds to the forefront yet again. Their hatred of the Western democracies where they live will erupt in violence against us. You might ask yourself why our Prime Minister has pledged support. And that could well be because if they don't, and it looks as if Israel could lose, we may very well be targeted ourselves. You see, Israel has a fail-safe, their Samson option. And they have over 150 nuclear warheads. And if it looks like they'll lose, anyone who hasn't assisted is fair game, according to them. Now, I understand that most of you will have some knowledge of what's happening out there. Most people haven't got a clue. They don't know why the Palestinians are fighting the Jews. And it really shouldn't concern us. But it does. The immigrants that come into this country are trafficked here by NGOs, Israeli funded, groups like the Soros organisations. The Israelis and the Jewish NGOs are very good at promoting multiculturalism for Europe. Not quite as good for Israel. Our countries have changed beyond recognition. And the problem over there is now a problem here. So this video is a tentative warning. Be prepared because things could get really nasty. Now, as much as we can't change the direction of a war thousands of miles away, and it would seem pointless in trying to change the direction of the people running this country, we can do things ourselves. We can do things that put us in a better position. I'm much safer here than I would be in a big city. If you get a chance to get out of those places, take it. Look at any way you can to get out of the cities, out of the big towns, out of those areas where the violence is likely to happen. I'm going to leave this one there. Be safe, you lot. Look after each other. I'll speak to you soon.